About a month ago, I covered a situation around a massive YouTuber named Kwebbelkop. If you don't know who that is, probably just sounds like Rick and Morty gibberish to you. I'll give you a brief rundown. He was once a beloved YouTube Let's Player. His content mainly was geared towards a younger audience. He'd have videos like First to Poop in Grand Theft Auto, gets a diamond sword, that kind of thing. And eventually, over the last year or so, made a hard pivot going all in on AI technology in order to fully replace him. So he wants to phase out the cringe organic meat machine that is a human being and replace it entirely with AI. AI doing the scripting, AI doing the voice recording, AI doing the face cam, all of that. And I made a video going over it, kind of just taking a victory lap, wiggling my fingers saying I told you so, because that is a pleasure more satisfying than sex. I had been preaching like a crazy person that the flesh was limited, like our days were numbered, AI was going to swoop in and nothing was safe. And people pushed back and fought me on it, saying like it can't really replace a personality, no one's going to sit around and be entertained by AI online or anything like that as like a streamer or a YouTuber. And I had said, that's a bunch of horseradish. That's absolutely in the cards. That is very possible because you wouldn't know it's AI. And that's exactly what Kwebbelkop's been trying to do. He rolled this abomination out where it's an AI voice modeled after him, as well as this fucking Nick Jr. looking caricature of himself up on the top left that does all of the face cam and all of like the pog faces and all of that shit. And it wasn't received super well. And I was just kind of talking about how it's very primitive right now, but in another couple of years, you're not going to know it's AI behind it. And that brings us to today, where Kwebbelkop released a tweet that said it was the end of Kwebbelkop AI. And I got tagged in this hundreds of times by people saying, look, he's giving up on it. See, you were wrong. AI will never work here. So let me splash a little cold water on you. You didn't watch the video. This is not surprising, very par for the course for the modern internet. It was clickbait. He played you like a fiddle, you bunch of fools. If you had just turned on that video, underneath the caption, you would have seen that he is not quitting AI, he is actually rolling out an improved version of it. People keep saying, did you hear Kwebbelkop's getting rid of his AI? That is just proof that you only read the headline. In the video itself, he even says, it makes it very clear that not only is that video AI, it is his AI speaking the whole time, but that the only thing that he's regretful of is that he let it go out while it was still too primitive. He's not getting rid of AI. He's going even harder on it. All encompassing, we'll cover this, he is not stopping. Since no one likes to actually watch the video that the headline was for, we'll do it together.
11 years ago, I started my YouTube journey. My one and only goal was to entertain as many people.
If you even watched it for a second, by the way, if you even went past the headline for 5 seconds into the video, you would immediately notice that something is awry, because it's not synced. The voice and lip sync is completely off.
And I wouldn't trade this in for anything in the world. But even a dream job can't
OMG, it's like a dub anime.
And growing old.
It's not,
This made me
okay, it's
realize
not that off.
This is not something I'll be able to do for the rest of my life. There will always be a point where I'll end up quitting. That might be now, that might be 10 years from now.
But anyway, he goes through this whole spiel and then makes it very clear he is not quitting. That was just an attention-grabbing headline for the video and the Twitter post. Here.
That's why we decided to train a brand new Kwebbelkop 2.0 model with every bit of feedback we've received. And the
Kwebbelkop 2.0, baby. Bigger than Cyberpunk 2.0. He is not stopping AI. Please, just fucking watch the thing that the headline is for.
Every second you've been watching of this video so far has been completely AI generated. The Kwebbelkop you're seeing on the screen right now
I can't believe it.
Really me. I hope this video provides a better glimpse and a future in which influencers can use AI to enhance their storytelling, lower the barriers of entry.
That is, when I heard him say that the first time, it made me really upset. There has never been a lower barrier of entry to any job position in the world quite like content creation. Anybody, pretty much, even if you don't have a computer, can start firing up content creation thanks to built-in content creation tools on like a console. There has never been something with a lower barrier of entry. Completely talentless, completely effortless. You can do it right now. It's all at your fingertips. There is no benefit to using AI as some kind of lower barrier of entry. In fact, it's only a higher one because you have to pay Quebblecop for it. That's baloney. That's fucking dirty barnacles.
Regardless of any disability they may have. So please consider subscribing and enjoy the story the real Quebblecop wants to tell. The story of Quebblecop AI. Thank you.
Huge. So please, just watch the thing that the headline is for. So many people think that he's actually getting rid of AI. He is not. This was all announcing Quebblecop 2.0. He is only going harder. Your stance on AI is cap? What? What stance on AI? That YouTubers using it are just to make it even easier to pump out content forever? AI is not an enhancement tool for a YouTuber. Or, sorry, a content enhancing tool for a YouTuber. It's a more minimal effort tool. Just have AI do it for you. Then you don't even have to be there. There is no benefit to YouTubers using AI for their content. At least, okay, I can see a use case for certain branches. For example, he did mention something that is true. It would be helpful for anyone with like a disability. That is a legitimate use for using AI tools. But for like a goofball Let's Player, there is no benefit to just having all of the footage be recorded by someone that's not you, and all of the audio recording and the face cam and all of that be recorded by AI. It's just more laziness is all. Just makes it even more mindless. Another thing the chat and I discussed last night in regards to this situation is what about AI tools? So not so much like a deep fake or voice model after a person, so AI pretending to be a human or deceiving people into thinking that it's a human being behind the content, but tools that are AI powered, such as real-time translating into other languages. So taking a video or any piece of content and in real time translating it into other languages. And I actually thought that was a pretty strong and interesting use for AI, as opposed to what Quebblecop keeps pitching. Some of his tweets indicate that he wants to sell this as a service that kind of just does everything for you, so you can just kick back and allow the AI to do all of the video production with very minimal input from the channel owner. You just sit back and let it just squeeze on the titties of the YouTube algorithm by flooding it with AI content. Not too dissimilar from back in the Finger Family era, if many of you remember the Dark Ages, God rest your soul. Basically, the Finger Family rabbit hole was a bunch of videos that were pretty much AI generated, I think they actually were at the time, where it would take a song, such as, 5 little Indiana Jones jumping on the bed, one fell off and bumped his head. It would take that song, and it'd have like a very short animation with it that looped fucking endlessly. It was like worse than purgatory. Going to hell would have actually been more pleasant than watching the Finger Family content. And it would take that video and song and change one word in it every time. That was just another popular character. Hulk, Captain America, Freddy Fazbear, whatever. And it would just keep pumping out the exact same video with one slight change to the animation and the song, and it would flood the YouTube Kids section with that. Not exactly high quality stuff that Quebblecop seems to think it would be in his utopia where everyone's using AI to be YouTubers, I guess. He keeps trying to fall back on this copium that it's there to enhance content, but it's not. It's just purely a detriment. No one is clicking on a Quebblecop video hoping to find a robot impersonating him. They're there to watch him play Minecraft or whatever, not someone deceive them. Right now, the only reason people ever click on a Quebblecop AI video is because they don't know that it's AI that they're going to be watching. It's there deceiving people. It's not there because people are like, man, this is really enhancing the storytelling that Quebblecop wants to tell. Which is such a goofy thing for him to keep spitting out. What story are you telling here, Quebblecop? The story of how Scrooge McDuck found a way to make even more money off minimal effort with AI tools? You're not telling a story. You're making Let's Plays and trying to replace yourself in there so you don't actually have to even do the bare minimum of playing a game and talking. He has other people record the gameplay footage and will have AI do everything else. So that way he's not even a part of the channel, but he makes all the money off of it, and he wants to sell the service, at least based on some of the tweets I read. It's just having your cake and eating it too. If I can get a little profound and deep for a moment, all of this is something that I predicted was coming all the way back in 2020 with our music video for Skynet. Skynet is a timeless masterpiece up there with some of Mozart's best work, all about how robots from the future came to our timeline to milk us because they were powered by our cum. And if I may venture into the weeds a little bit, if you really break down the metaphorical vicissitudes that I put into that storyline, it fits perfectly in line with the modern AI gold rush. You see, the AI is powered by our genetic material, our DNA, at least in this context. So Kwebbelkop is being milked by his AI, and his AI needs that milk to survive. Without Kwebbelkop being milked, the AI has no purpose, it ceases to exist. No one is going to watch a completely personality-less bot, but they will watch one that is modeled after a person that they liked. Thus, the AI needs to be constantly milking the supple teats of Kwebbelkop in order to stay afloat here, for its own survival. It's impressive how right I've been all along, even all the way back with Skynet. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to set the record straight here since so many people just read the headline and nothing else. Kwebbelkop is not stopping AI, it's only motivated him to go even further on it. So, yeah, that's really about it. So yeah. This is a video that is long overdue. I am so tardy to this party. I've been sitting on this topic for so long it's got squatters' rights. This is like when they made Zoolander 2 15 years after Zoolander 1 and nobody cared about it. But I still just feel the need to finally mention the Illuminati situation. For most of 2023, Illuminati has been this constant source of agony. There was an unreal amount of information that has come out and continues to come out about Illuminati, all of which is very bad. And as a result, her career as a YouTuber has reached a screeching halt. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have kept up with it, at least to some capacity, because it's been a huge story for so long now, but I'll give you like the most basic rundown. Illuminati was a YouTube channel, well, is a YouTube channel. She continues to post even through this this apocalyptic career destruction. Her channel is dedicated to making video essays, mainly on like a variety of topics. She was known for how quickly she gets out the video essays, and also them being pretty high quality still. She grew pretty quickly and got very big. I think at her peak she had around 1.7 million subscribers, and things were smooth sailing. She was popping off, constantly recommended in the algorithm to people. And then in April of this year, her ego got the best of her. A victim of her own hubris, she made a call-out tweet against Legal Eagle, a very well-respected YouTuber and a fucking lawyer too, by the way, claiming that Legal Eagle's team had stolen her editing style. So, not Legal Eagle editors broaching my editors to take my video style when they didn't give up the info, they literally copied it. And by the way, I have the messages from my editors and found an email from them too. Just changed the color from purple to blue, huh? Interesting. So this is her trying to accuse Legal Eagle of stealing her editing techniques, which is an outrageous claim to make. And she didn't realize she brought piss to a poop fight. Legal Eagle was easily able to dismiss this shit and dunk on it, which really ruffled her feathers and forced her into a panic. So she tried desperately to backpedal, making an apology statement, claiming she should have reached out to hash it out privately, but it was too late. This set in motion what would be her YouTube career demise, because after this, the holes in the ship started to show, and it began to sink. She was then faced with numerous other allegations ranging from abusive behavior, mistreating employees, just being an absolute menace to work with. Multiple victims of her came forward to showcase what Illuminati was like behind the scenes and some of the things she was doing in real life to make them miserable. Like, so much, I don't even know where to start. You could fill an entire fucking library section with just textbooks on this Illuminati lore. It has been so much, and it's constantly being added on to. Like, there's constant, like, patch notes here where there's, like, new updates to this story with new victims coming forward with their own accounts of Illuminati and what she's done to them. It's just a never-ending flood of information about how awful of a person Illuminati is. If you just search Illuminati's name on YouTube, you will get hundreds, if not thousands of videos going over and chronicling all of the allegations, all of the evidence to support the claims, and all of the terrible things that have come to light from this, as well as a lot of video essays on her downfall, because it is such a rare phenomenon to see someone as popular as her sink their career in this way. It doesn't happen often. The only other example I can think of is Boogie, and that happened slowly and gradually over the course of many years. Hers happened over the course of a few months, because that's how much came out and how disgusting a lot of it was. It is wild. So I talked about it on stream a little bit, as well as gave my prediction on what I think she's going to do in the future, because as of right now, she is still just trying to bury her head in the sand and keep posting videos to try and squeeze as much as she can out of the channel while it still's around, while there's still some people watching. She's trying to get the most juice from the squeeze here, trying to suckle the last bit of milk from this titty. And I wanted to share that prediction I had because I do think it's a pretty strong one. It's not backed by any scientific evidence or anything, just my own game theories I've cooked up here in my head. But I think it's a pretty likely course that she'll take once she realizes that she can no longer suck her audience dry like a vampire, once they all stop watching, which she is rapidly getting close to that point. I never caught up with the full depth of the Illuminati situation. All I know is that I've never seen a channel go from as popular as she is to where she is now. So she must have done some really deplorable stuff. I know it started when she accused Legal Eagle of plagiarizing her editing style, got biblically fucking clowned on for it, and then from there a ton of people came forward revealing how toxic and mean she is behind the scenes. And then she recently had a whole special segment in H-Bomber's video on plagiarism, and then she also got an entire video from H-Bomber specifically on her plagiarism, because all the shit she does is basically lifted from articles or documentaries. But other than that, I haven't dove into the 5 or 6 hours worth of cumulative trash she has done. It's a lot. But what's very interesting is she still continues posting as if nothing happened.
So I wanted to
all she did was turn off comments, and she just puts her head down and grinds, ignoring all of it. What if it's another AI YouTuber? That, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like if anyone's gonna try and replace themselves with AI, it'll be Illuminati at this point, because her name is mud. She is ruined. Nobody supports her. So she would definitely stand to benefit from buying Kwebbelkop's AI Keys to the Kingdom and make herself an AI tuber. It's Sunny V2 with a voice changer. Yeah. Yeah, I'll make you a prediction. Here's what I think. I think Illuminati will continue this trajectory for maybe 6 more months tops. After that, she's going to start another channel using an AI voice model in order to keep doing these same kind of videos, but start fresh and hope people don't connect her to it. That's my guess. Because before all of this came to light, she was getting 100 to 300k views per video. Then everyone learned that she's an absolute insufferable person that's done horrible things, apparently. And now no one watches her. But if she did the same shtick with an AI voice on a fresh channel, she'd probably get away with it. Like I just said, it is so much to cover. I never even took the full plunge. It's just, she's this reoccurring villain. Every 3 weeks or so, there's new information about something fucked up she's done or is doing. It's this constant snowball that never runs out of snow, gathering steam. Better for her to just call Saul. Nah, she's gonna need to get herself a Hoover. She's gotta relocate and disappear. Like I said, my prediction, I really do stand by it. I think she will probably in 6 months' time make a new channel, AI voice, make the exact same content, and just start fresh. So go ahead and clip it. Make sure you remember my prediction, because I stand by it. I really think she's going to be one of the first YouTubers other than Kwebbelkop who is going to try to go entirely AI video based. That is the direction I think she is going. So let it be known, if that happens, I called it. I'll hit you with an I told you so. That's really about it. See ya.
April 2000.
I remember Kwebbelkop from a very long time ago. This guy used to be one of the biggest when it comes to gameplay videos and shit. And I hadn't thought of him in years. And I saw Sunny post this and just kept forgetting to watch it. And then as I was peeing, I saw it come up again. So I really want to see what happened. I checked his channel. Like, he still gets
April
like
2021.
views. He has an audience, but I would wager a guess he's lost like 90% or 95% of his total viewer base. Because he used to average like 1 mil per video. He used to upload pretty much the exact same videos, and I guess something must have happened along the way. Because god damn.
5 million views. In the space of only 12 months, Kwebbelkop's viewership has fallen by roughly 90%. And we're going to outline every...
That's what I speculated. I'm pretty good at eyeballing that kind of shit.
I'm a YouTuber. I want to know more YouTubers. I want to get to know all the YouTubers. I want my friends to be YouTubers or people that are doing similar stuff.
God, that sounds miserable. I don't know why people would only want to be surrounded by like-minded people. I can't stand that perspective. I think it's becoming more and more prevalent where people only want to be friends with everyone that shares the exact same opinions of them, and they can't be friends with people that think differently. Like, why would you want to be around people that are just like in the same career path, the same fucking thoughts as you, basically just like a goddamn clone of yourself? That sounds miserable. Just to always be locked in your own little echo chamber of sycophantic yes men, like it's just, ugh. I think that'd just be miserable. I really do.
Evident after forming a YouTube trio known as Robust, which included Kwebbelkop alongside 2 other familiar faces, Jelly and Slogo Man. Count of Kwebbelkop, Jelly, and Slogo being the best piece of evidence for the success they'd find as a trio. In addition to...
How are the other 2 doing? Before we go on, I don't know the other 2. I haven't heard of Jelly or Slogo. Let's take a peek.
April 2000.
Let's see if it's just Kwebbelkop. Oh, it's all of them. Holy shit. 23 million, he gets about the same views as Kwebbelkop, who's on a 90% decline. Actually, less than Kwebbelkop. So it really just must be a thing of, like, the games aren't as popular anymore, unless they really did something that ruined them. So far, out of the 3 of them, it seems like Slogo's doing the best. People grow up. True. That's a big problem with making kids content. Your audience grows up, like, pretty quickly. I feel like things you watch when you're 14, you stop watching by the time you're, like, 16, maybe. But there's always going to be new kids coming into the mix. So you would always expect it to constantly, like, refresh itself, but I guess sometimes it just doesn't. Or, again, maybe something happened with this whole group. Not far enough, I was just curious. Kind of skipping ahead here in the manga.
Only, ensuring that the one daily video was always of the highest quality.
Every day I worked on it. Every day I studied it. I watched tutorials. I read articles. I spoke to people. I practiced, and every day
I mean, did you really need to? Like, what articles are you reading and what tutorials? Like, did you sign up for Jake Paul's seminar on how to be a YouTuber? Because this is all, like, really standard stuff. Unbeatable GTA 5, you lap, you lose. Fortnite vs. Real Life Challenge. Saddest Fortnite, try not to cry. I mean, like, he didn't need to really invest into the education side of YouTubing. He kind of just went with whatever was on the Explore tab.
For the audience.
I was making videos that my audience loved watching, right? So I asked myself, what does my audience love the most?
Each of those clips from Kwebbelkop's discussion on the
Legitimately
Watchtime podcast also displayed just how switched on he was in terms of personal
super high
development
energy.
and the correct attitude required in order to grow
Everything
a
else is
successful
secondary.
YouTube channel. So if he had the correct attitude and mindset in order, why after 5 years of gaining an extremely consistent 100 million views per month, did this number drop to between 5 and 15 million over the course of only a year? Woman, please respect our privacy, thank you, which was accompanied by a video approximately 1 year later, conveniently just
Pretty
before
good
his
post
views
about
began
it,
to
I suppose.
decline, explaining
No
the reason
problems there.
behind their breakup.
Why did you guys break up? Well, as you guys might know, I'm from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and Azzy is from Canada. And it was a long distance relationship. Once the honeymoon phase was over, we realized that we're 2 people from completely different places.
However, it would still be a little far-fetched to blame Kwebbelkop's decline in viewership on nothing but this separation. Sure, he had one
Didn't
less
they live together? Weird spot to pause this. Didn't they live together? I thought I vaguely recalled them living together. Like, long distance for 3.5 years. I mean, that's got to be a world record. Honestly, they should be very proud of that. Making that work for 3.5 years. That's a good run then. No shame there. 3.5 years on long distance. Fuck me, you made history.
After 5 years of filming together, the robust trio being Kwebbelkop, Jelly, and Slogo would also slowly disintegrate.
Oh no.
Instead of playing with Geordie, who was busy making various Why I Left Jelly and Slogo, explaining that
That's the exact same thumbnail from the Azzyland breakup. This man only has one sad face? Come on. You studied articles. You read books or whatever about YouTubing. You've got to switch up the crying thumbnail. This one should have at least had like one of these. Maybe like the shocked face. Like, you can't keep reusing this shit, Kwebbelkop. I see what's gone wrong here. Unbelievable.
that as a result of making video after video with the group, each of which following a similar narrative, Kwebbelkop felt as though he wasn't growing due to a lack of creativity.
I saw that my creativity was running out. I was just doing things with the group. I was going into that direction. I realized that I stopped growing as a person.
He then began
I don't think it was
the
the group.
YouTuber going by the name of Tiger, yet this would also end in another bit of drama.
Me and Kwebbelkop got into a fight, and after this fight, I was pretty much left with nothing.
Kwebbelkop found Tiger when he was still a small cop, offered guidance and growth to Tiger in exchange for part or full ownership of the channel.
I'm like, this guy could be a
What?
really big YouTuber. If I would coach him a little bit, he has so much talent.
Now this went exactly as planned in the beginning. They started playing together. and
Okay,
pretty
that's
quickly
kinda
Tiger's
fucked up.
viewership
I've never heard of
skyrocketed
something
from
like
2
that.
million views per month to 20 million views per month. Titled Why I Left Kwebbelkop and Tiger.
Man, they're getting so much mileage out of this crying face from Kwebbelkop. That shit is being used and abused in every single fucking thumbnail here ever. My god. I will say though, one of his reasons for leaving that group is
April
because he
2021.
couldn't be as creative as he wanted to be. Well, I'm glad he did that, because now creativity is the number one thing I get when looking at the channel here. Look at all these. Content he's never made before. He was really able to unlock his magnum opus of creation here. They really held him back. Now he's spread his wings like a beautiful butterfly.
I can't.
But he was no longer friends
Why?
with
Do
Kwebbelkop.
it!
Everyone is
Fuck it.
asking the same thing. Why are you not uploading to Tiger, and what happened between you and Kwebbelkop? Well guys, it essentially boils down to one thing, and that is that me and Kwebbelkop are actually no longer friends. I feel hurt. I feel disappointed.
That somehow Kwebbelkop had claimed ownership over Tiger's channel, as he would upload a video where he had cloned Tiger's voice and attached it to an AI, which would provoke another response from Tiger, who was once again insulted by Geordie's actions.
He made this cartoon character, loaned my voice, and put it on the Tiger channel. Listen, Geordie, this cartoon
What
version
the
of you might
fuck?
be your best friend, but I'm not your best friend, okay? I'm not even your friend.
And after Tiger
That's wild. Hold on, I want to see that. So he did a VTuber for this now? Oh, Liger.
In today's
Oh wait, no, this is his new channel. Oh, I must have deleted the other one. Man made a VTuber and an AI speech pattern for him? Bro, that's evil genius right there. That's Galaxy Brain. What is the channel down? Does anyone know for sure? Okay, you're right. It just didn't come up from typing in Tiger. I wonder why.
today will be
Okay. It looks like he's not doing it anymore. He must have deleted the video.
in decline wasn't the drama itself, but rather one discovery made by Geordie throughout the conflict with Tiger, being that he could make an AI character to act as a real person. Was per day. I wished I could clone myself, so I did. What Kwebbelkop is referring to in this Twitter thread is a channel he launched 1 month after the drama with Tiger, which posts gaming videos and uses an AI character as the main personality within the videos. Second channel. But
Okay.
when looking at the numbers,
VTubing.
it's obvious that this new AI
Starting today, from now on, you can expect my next video to be top notch, to be really
Okay, and he delivered.
flipping good, to be exactly
Yes.
what you want to see.
Yet the first 3
Fuck yes! Yes! And this is what I wanted to see! Upgrading the slowest to fastest animal in GTA 5! Whee! I've always wanted to know!
$10,000 dog, then him bragging about his custom orange G
$10,000 dog? What did this man buy? Goddamn Chimera? What kind of dog is 10 grand? Okay, so then he started flexing, okay? That's always the signs of insecurity and desperation coming in.
wagon, then him bragging about his $7.5 million penthouse apartment.
Uh-oh.
Welcome to my $7.5 million penthouse tour. Let's see if this video can hit 100,000 likes.
And it's just like,
Did it work? 6 months ago.
Welcome to
Fuck! what is Quebblecop's community called? His audience? Cops and robbers. What are you doing? Only 35K? Now we'll never get to see more of his $7.5 million penthouse. Quebble flops. Whoa! A piano with a Star Wars blaster poking out. What is this? A telescope? What the fuck is this? This golden gun thing. I'm just taking a brief tour here, if you don't mind. Oh man, look at all those fragrances. Ah, Terre de Hermes. This one's a replica. This one's not even the original. Okay, pour much? Yikes. Not even authentic. Why is this the most replayed? Because of this jar of urine? Oh, it's actually not this, it's the shower. You perverts. You Quebble flops. Ew. Perverts. I wanted to see him take a shower. Have some respect.
Why would you post this, dude? Not only have you stated in the past that you apparently don't do YouTube for the money,
I don't care about making an extra buck on YouTube. I don't care about the money. I really genuinely do not do YouTube for the money.
but do you really think the audience wants to open up the YouTube app and instantly see something that makes them feel inferior to you? Do you think new viewers on
I
the
feel like a
channel
part
want
of
to
the
open up
family.
video section as products stems from a specific inclination to re-establish power, which might explain Quebblecop's motive to upload these off-brand videos.
You just got analyzed on that one, Quebblecop. That is super true, though. You see this shit happen a lot with, I guess not necessarily streamers, because I don't think there's any, like, big streamers that have fully fallen off yet. But I've seen this on YouTube a few times with some of the big boys. Take, for example, like, Rice Gum. Though most of his content was built around flexing from the start, it obviously only had a shelf life of however many years he was on there for. I don't even remember now. But this kind of, like, flexing is always, like, in the death throes of that creator's channel. Happens all the time.
Channel. In a recent video titled My $100 Million GTA 5 Business in Real Life, which sports a similar kind of vibe to the apartment tour, Quebblecop talks about how he's also launched an NFT business and is working on a video game, potentially fracturing his focus from
my
YouTube
God.
even further. As mentioned earlier,
Oh my god. No way.
Quebblecop is
No fucking way. He's in NFTs? Bro, this has to be like the last adopter of NFTs right now.
Years ago, in August 2012, I had a dream. I was living in my mom's
NFTs,
place, and
baby.
I just finished school. I was watching YouTube every single day, playing video games every single day. I
thought to myself, what if this shit wasn't fungible?
I called my mom and she said, Jordy, are you crazy? You need to go
I love games, but I hate funging.
After quite a lot of convincing all day. At one point, things were going so well that Tiger said, you know what? I want to do things myself.
Well, I just watched Sonny's video there. That's not really what happened. You guys just you had a falling out. You guys aren't really like friends anymore. It seems it wasn't necessarily a you were too good. You guys were too good. I'm gonna try it on my own.
I still had the channel, which was dead at this point in time. So I said, well, if I want to continue the dream, if I want to build tons and tons and tons of channels that will flourish and shine forever, we need to remove the human element. Yes, it sounds crazy, but we need robots, we need computers.
That's spoken like a man who really cares about the content. If I'm to own 5 million channels, I realize the weakest link is the goddamn human. Organic is cringe. Machines are the way I do it. So I hired this entire team to build VTubers with AI scripts. To pump out as much shit as I possibly can across 1,000 channels.
We need VTubers. And that's when Blue was born. And this is the Blue team. A few of the Blue you'll never find out. We have a team which makes videos as a virtual influencer. If we want to start more channels, we can. We just start a brand new team who goes and makes videos as this influencer, as this virtual influencer. And you can start as many channels as you want because they all function under the same brand. It's like Spider-Man, okay? There's so many different Spider-Mans.
Why do you view that as a good thing? Why do you view this situation as a good thing? I mean, for you, I get it because it's a lot of money, owning all those channels and all the ad revenue. But as someone who keeps presenting himself as a guy who doesn't care about the money and does it for good content, How can you possibly sit here and try and convince your audience of Quebble flops that this is a good thing? Just a million channels of completely soulless, generated scripts. This is so shameless. Holy shit.
Huge risk if you invest a lot of money, and if one person leaves, the entire business collapses.
Like, he's convincing his audience that people are the problem.
It's about me. I'm running a business with I don't know how many employees. Anywhere from 50 to 100 employees work here. I'm providing jobs. I'm building cool products. I'm making people's days better. And this all started
What a weird
with
spin
me
on it.
having a dream. Now let's...
That's such a weird spin. Where's the NFT portion? I must have skipped it somewhere. I thought it was going to be like the focal point, but it's not. It's actually much worse than that. The focal point is I am going to make 1,000 AI YouTube channels in order to really fucking pump out content and ad revenue, which is actually worse than NFTs. So where was it in the video? Alright. Dear Launch My NFT supporters, over 6 months ago we launched a platform that helped thousands of people create and launch their own NFT collections. With over 1 million unique wallet addresses who use the platform, it's an understatement to call it a success. How hype. What a saint. What an absolute saint. Man, this one's doing numbers, Quebblecop. 37 likes, 12 likes, 10, 9. Woo-wee! To call that a success would be an understatement. Oh, he's stepping away. Oh, hold on, let me finish reading this. What happened? What started as a hobby project very quickly turned into a daily job. Or again, the project was extremely challenging and new. Meeting so many enthusiastic Web3 supporters was my favorite thing about it. I'm also very happy that I was able to inspire so many individuals and help thousands of people to creating their own Web3 project. During these past months, I realized how much more the Web3 and metaverse space needs to grow before we can actually live in it. A lot needs to be built. This future we all dream about needs to be realized, else it'll stay a dream forever. This is why I'm stepping away from Launch My NFT. I have a lot of faith in my team, and I'm certain that the future for the project is bright, in all honesty. They don't need me anymore. Thank you to everyone who I've worked alongside. It was fantastic. Thank you for everything. Let's turn this metaverse into a reality. Let's take a peek. How's Launch My NFT doing? The largest NFT launchpad. It's so weird. Every single NFT adjacent site claims that they are the largest. 11K followers on Twitter. They might very well be the largest. God damn. Oh, that's a pretty wholesome comment. Oh, you can't. Oh, no, you can read it. I thought my webcam was blocking it for a sec. Hey, he took it on the chin like a champ. He wrote that comment from his spa. Yeah, let's not kid ourselves. I don't think that was actually him that wrote that. That was absolutely Blue or one of the other AI-generated content creators. But if it was actually Quebblecop, respect on him for that. YouTube is already filled to the brim with AI-generated content. But with the release of VO3, it's going to get worse.
Okay, so this is how you start. You find a tree, and you just, like, you know, punch it down.
With access to VO3 opening, people are able to generate some crazy videos now. And yes, in a lot of cases you can still tell they're AI, but sometimes it's pretty tough. And this right here is an example of it being used to generate a Minecraft Let's Play. It's pretty impressive. There's no glaring issues that you can pick up on at a glance, and I'm confident that if this is something that just hits you on the YouTube Shorts page while you were doom scrolling, you would just write it off as another soy homunculus trying to start a Minecraft Let's Play series and think nothing more of it. I think it's at the point where it's good enough that a lot of people won't immediately pin the tail on the donkey here, finding Waldo and identify it as AI. Again, if you're paying attention, it does look pretty eerie. This doesn't really seem like a human being. It's like an alien wearing a human skin. It reminds me of like Men in Black when the cockroach guy puts on the other dude's flesh and tries to, you know, wander around. Like, it does feel a bit off, but there's nothing immediately noticeable wrong about it, especially when it comes to Let's Plays, where a lot of people put on this like complete persona anyway that just feels like a fake human being in the first place. You could just write that off as this just being some kind of quirky weirdo.
Oh my god. Yes! Woo! Victory Royale with a pickaxe! Woo!
VO3 must have been prompted to make the fucking Fortnite YouTuber look like the kid from Max Keeble's Big Move here. I haven't seen that hairstyle since the late 90s. But I mean, it's pretty convincing. That does look like a person. Well, half hair gel, half person. There's been a few examples of Let's Play videos being generated by VO3 that I think are just scarily good. Yes, if you really sit there with the fucking monocle out and try and digest every frame, you can easily find some flaws. And then, you know, deduce that it's AI. But most people aren't going to be doing that. Maybe people don't remember this. Kwebbelkop used to be a huge proponent of AI Let's Plays and just general AI content. And it turns out he was ahead of the curve because a lot of people are going to start doing exactly what he tried to do. I'm imagining Kwebbelkop is shaking his fist right now, pissing his fucking britches, really upset because he spent so much money developing that technology. Now all the billionaire big boys came out and just made it accessible to everyone to do exactly what he's been doing. But what I'm getting at is, this is a direction a lot of greedy assholes want to go with this kind of technology, where they can generate AI Let's Plays. It's something Kwebbelkop did, where he even started channels for it, and now more and more people, I believe, are going to follow that example, because you can pump out hundreds of those videos because the AI generates it for you. You don't have to do anything. The flesh is cringe. Machine is the future. And while it's not perfect yet, it will be eventually. And even in its current state with what VO3 is demonstrating, it's good enough that kids definitely won't know the difference, and people that are just idly putting shit on the background will have an endless supply of it and probably won't be tipped off on it being fraudulent content in the first place. It is going to flood the platform, much like it already has in other avenues, like we've talked about recently with like fake P. Diddy case updates, you know, about how Prince had a secret tape that was played in there, and these are not children believing it, they're adults believing that kind of shit. It's already just a huge problem. Like also the America's Got Talent fake videos, you know. The fetus inside this woman's belly performs on America's Got Talent, delivering a touching folk song describing what it's like in there. It'll move you to tears. I won't blabber on about all of that. Everyone knows about the influx of AI content on YouTube and the issues that it's causing. And it's only going to get worse. Now, VO3 is showing that it's capable of making a YouTuber. Big fucking air quotes on that. I think it's at a point now where maybe the gameplay's not perfect, so instead what people will most likely do is they will have a human being do some gaming on Minecraft or Fortnite or something, so that way the gameplay is irrefutably real, and they will instead have VO3 generate the YouTuber in the face cam. I think that's probably going to be where it's at now until VO3 or whatever other AI model comes next is more capable of generating the gameplay itself too. Though I don't know if it'll ever get to that point, because I imagine at some stage the game companies will come through and put the kibosh on that, saying you cannot generate shit that like steps on our copyright. You can't just generate fucking Fortnite gameplay. I imagine at some point that'll happen where they come in with the giant fist. They say, no, you're not going to be able to set it to Wumbo on our games for these AI videos. So that might be just the technique going forward, where a human being plays a game and then instead uses AI to have a fake YouTuber, and they're able to just pump those out endlessly. They could also just start taking other people's gameplay videos and using AI to make a, face cam model there, which is also already being done at this moment. Anyway, for a while now, people have said that no one would really watch an AI YouTuber or streamer or anything. And I had always argued they will, and sometimes they just won't even know. I think we're getting close to that point where I think when more and more people start making videos like this, like Let's Plays, there will be people that follow them completely unaware that it's AI. And they will also have people that follow them that don't care that it's AI because they just want noise. So I think that VO3 being here and being as powerful as it is going to lead to significantly more AI content on YouTube that is a lot more difficult for people to discern as fake. So I just wanted to talk about it a bit after seeing all of these Let's Play generated videos. That's really about it. So yeah. Oh, you guys want to see something cool before I forget? I found this earlier today. I think this is proof that there will never be a competitor to YouTube, at least not on the same scale. Let me show you a perfect example of how expensive and how difficult it must be to run a service like YouTube. This channel has 2 million videos. One channel, 2 million videos that range from a minute to 5 minutes. This is a single channel. There is no entity on the planet besides Google that can afford to host a platform like YouTube when you have maniacs like this using it. Is it run by AI or something? I got curious, so I did a little deep dive. So what he does is he records 4 or 5 intros, like portrait mode, and then here, let me, instead of tell you, let me show you.
This video will quickly show you a technical question as well as possible solutions. I hope you subscribe and like, because that would really help me and my family. And I hope you enjoy the video. God bless.
So every video starts with some variation of that. Hey, nice to see you. This video you're about to watch has a question, a technical question, as well as a possible solution. And he has like 5 stock videos where he says different variations of that, and then takes like a Google suggested question and just like a generated answer. So made for maximum efficiency. So any video you click on is going to have some intro like that to kind of give the illusion that he was making this like himself as opposed to just AI dumping. Though I don't think it's AI dumping either. I think it's just a mass upload of just procedurally generated videos. Yep. 2 million videos like that. 2 million. And I decided to look up his stats because I was curious. So on Social Blade, he gets about 1 million views a month. So 2 million uploads. He has 25 million total views at about 1 million views a month. The server space he alone would occupy on a startup would be enough to sink it into eternal bankruptcy. Because he is just flooding it. How old are those intro clips? I didn't go too far back, but he's used them for the last 2 weeks. Here, let's go back a little further. Jesus Christ, we're still in 7 days. Because you can tell they're all on the same day because he still has that cut on his lip. So it's not like he actually records any new ones. He just keeps recycling the same like 3 or 4. I actually didn't look at what his most viewed video is. Let's see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure someone in chat nailed it. It's a bot that registers like Stack Overflow or something. So like these questions and shit, all of it, just bot. His most viewed video is 2 years ago, 109,000 views.
Subscribe
and he still has the cut on his lip 2 years ago. He's been using the same fucking ones every single time. This is a YouTube money laundering technique, man. That fucking phrase has lost all meaning. This is not money laundering. This is zero money everywhere for this channel. Even at 1 million views a month, he is making at most probably about $800 to $900 because the videos are so short, so he's not getting a ton from them because they stay in that like 1 to 5 on the upper echelon ballpark. But I guess it's for zero work too, since it's all a bot that does it for him, I'm pretty sure. So I guess it's $800 to $900 for doing fucking nothing. This is just one channel, by the way. Like, that is so wild to me. Like, the fact YouTube doesn't just shut him down. Like, I feel like they could shut him down and it'd be such a defensible position. Like, this guy uploads 55 videos a day of just bot-generated content because he is losing us 25 grand a year in server costs just from him. Or a month in server costs just from him. It's 75,000 a month. Oh, no, I don't think it's 75,000, right? Wouldn't it be? I think it'd be 1,700. I think you went a little too hard. I think it's 1,700 a month. Oh, I didn't realize people were talking about it. I found this on like a really like obscure thread. I actually think it was LSF. Oh, actually, no, you know what it was? I was going down the hey yeah rabbit hole because that's got some crazy lore to it as well. So I remember exactly how I ended up here. I was watching this because I had recently watched this where Charming Joe fucking killed it. And I was like, damn, you know what? Now I need to go watch the original. And then it turns out this channel, Proto, is not the original. This guy stole the video off Vimeo from the original. And apparently Wavy made a video on it and I never saw it. But he stole this from the original creator. It was called Fabulous Secret Powers. It was uploaded to something awful. They uploaded it to Vimeo. Proto snapped the end and beginning off and just uploaded like the main hook, and his blew up to 200 mil. These guys, the creators, tried to reach out to him just asking for credit, but Proto has been radio silent. He has never responded, nor has he logged in 11 years. He made this, or stole this video, then posted this piece of shit, and has never logged in since. So they couldn't get in contact. So then Slack Circus, the channel that actually created it, tried their best to take down the video and, you know, get recognition for their hard work, but then realized that no one was going to find them after taking it down, and it was just a bad net loss because now you lose a piece of internet history. But they took it down hoping to get his attention. Proto just never logged in again. He's probably dead. He's probably 6 feet under, but he never logged in, so he didn't care that I got taken down. They never heard back. They realized people were very sad the video was gone, so they let the video come back up, and now they just leave this as well as that up because it's part of internet history. People love it. And then I was in the comments for some reason on Fabulous Secret Powers, and someone was talking about how fucked up it is that YouTube's been overrun with people that are stealing memes or AI-generated content. I think they were talking about Finger Family. And then someone was like, speaking of AI-generated content, what about this guy? And then they linked this channel with 2 million videos. And that's how I ended up here. It was such a fucking crazy ride to get here. Looks like he's been a known figure for quite a while. What about community posts? Yep. So he is there, but he uses the same 3 intro videos of himself with a cut on his lip to try and give the illusion that he's like actually making the videos himself. But I mean, he's clearly not. Like, here's a video 11 hours ago. Here's him with a cut on his lip saying the same script that he said in the million other videos. His most popular video from 2 years ago, it's the same thing.
Like my video, and I hope it will give you that.
What's his oldest one? So it looks like he started 8 years ago.
Hi, welcome to this video about Reducer.
So he actually used to do real tutorials, and then figured it'd be easier just to have a bot do it. It looks like this is when he started using the bot 3 years ago. So in 3 years, he has uploaded 2 million videos. Holy shit. Actually, no, wait, you're right. Because looking at this Social Blade, his account was made in 2012, but it looks like he only started botting these videos 3 years ago. So 3 years, 2 million videos, it's way more than 55 a day. You're absolutely right. 55 a day was working off of like a decade of posting. It's absolutely a lot more than that. K4 says it's 1,800 videos a day. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god. That's so crazy. What a fucking maniac. Yeah, he makes roughly $800 a month off of it. And it's $800 a month for doing nothing, so it's a smart grind. So yeah, there will never be an actual competitor to YouTube. No one could put up with what YouTube does. Nobody has that money, that server capacity. Why does he actually do this? I believe the idea is simple. Flood the algorithm with as much as possible so that way you have a chance of getting picked up. Which is why he does technical questions, technical answers, because people are always looking for solutions to technical problems because there's endless obstacles you'll encounter. So he's hoping, he's casting a very wide net, the widest net imaginable, that he will be the place that catches all the questions to get those views. What questions are left? I have no fucking idea. I'm not a man who's Googling technical questions. Most I Google is, can you put a chess bot in anal beads? Which I don't think he has the answer to. If you Google who uploaded the most videos in YouTube history, his name pops up. Okay, so then he's a pretty well-known figure then. I've never heard of him. I found him in an obscure comment section. Congrats though, Roll. It's paying off.
Well, well, well. It looks like I was right all along. People used to call me crazy, say I was fresh out of the loony bin for one of my takes, but now the shoe's on the other foot. Just like Isaac Newton when he was ridiculed for proposing gravity, I too was vilified and called stupid because of my take about AI overtaking YouTuber personalities in a pretty short period of time. Allow me to explain. AI technology is evolving faster than I think anyone could have possibly predicted, and I speculated that it wouldn't be long before it starts to encroach upon creative spaces like influencer, YouTuber, creator type shit. And people said that that wouldn't happen for a long time, if ever, because you can't replicate a personality. No one wants to watch an AI try and be entertaining. And I said, listen here, Buster, you're wrong. Not wrong about the fact that no one wants to watch, Plankton's wife, a computer, try and make jokes, but wrong about the fact that it won't be able to replicate a personality. It's already been able to do that to a certain extent, even while it's still so new in this program. Eventually down the line, people wouldn't be able to tell if the content was a real person, organic flesh and cringe, or machine behind the content. And we're just now starting to see that happen with a 15 million subscriber channel called Kwebbelkop. A name a lot of you might know if you were ever like 6 years old on YouTube, because his channel was massive for a long time. And then he did a hard pivot into AI. He wanted everything to be AI, and now he's completely digitized himself. He's jacked Kwebbelkop into the cyberspace, and now all he does is AI-related work. And now he's just started releasing his first wave of fully AI-driven YouTube videos where he doesn't do anything at all. It's all AI behind the wheel. Do you remember about probably like 6 or 8 months ago now, we were talking about Kwebbelkop, this YouTuber, Kwebbelkop. He was once a massive channel pumping out tons of like Let's Play videos for Minecraft, GTA, and all of that. And then he made a hard pivot into AI. Just going full cannonball into the deep end of the pool of AI. In particular, AI-generated content. So he made a separate channel for a VTuber called Blue or something like that. I think it was Blue. And it was kind of an experiment. That's when he was just first getting a little wet with it. So he had the water wingies on. It was a VTuber, but they still made the content. There was still someone behind it. But he wanted to go even harder. What he envisioned for a perfect world was all AI-generated content. And I said, we're probably not far off from that being a reality. And you guys called me crazy. You said, Charles, go back to your padded cell. You're speaking nonsense. You're speaking gobbledygook. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And now, 2 days ago, he's released his first AI video. All of the money he invested into it, all of the money that he's used on the startup, he is now putting into full effect. I think he owns like 20 channels as well. And he wants to make all of them basically AI-centric. So that way it's all made by AI, so it's as minimal as possible for maximum content. The views aren't big or anything, but you have to remember, this probably didn't even have him in the same room. Someone had to have played Minecraft, sure, but here,
Today, I am stuck.
He is not here. This is all AI.
Watch until the end to find out. Oh my god, guys, it says break the block below you, but I can't lie, I'm kind of scared because I'm not sure.
So everything that's being said here, the VTuber avatar, the fucking Bitmoji of him, and all of the dialogue and everything is AI. So he never even had to record. They just needed some kind of gameplay. At least for now. Eventually they'll probably be able to just have the AI do some rudimentary gameplay. And he can just pump these things out endlessly across like 20 channels. And his Twitter as well. You might have seen Kwebbelkop replying to a bunch of tweets recently. His Twitter is run entirely by AI. I think. I don't think he has any human input left on it. He even stated that this Twitter will be AI from now on. So I'm pretty sure it's all AI. I'm not positive, but I do know he was experimenting with that. Yeah, the description of his Twitter is AI influencer / VTuber. Yeah, all of his tweets still seem like they're ruled by AI, so his most recent one is, please be nice to Kwebbelkop AI. AI might rule our planet one day. Everything you say could be used against you. If you thought Kwebbelkop AI was cool, wait till you see what's next. The reason's pretty obvious. It's because it's extremely cheap, it's extremely easy once you have it all set up. All he needs to do is just have some gameplay, and then he can just have his AI VTuber do the rest. And he can do that for all of the 20 channels he has. No one wants to watch that shit. No, you're right. Everyone hates it. Nobody likes it. But it will come to a point where you won't know it's AI generated. Right now, it's very clear, and he's heavily like letting people know that it's all AI, but there will come a point where you won't know that what you're watching is AI. Especially not a child. No kid's gonna know that. Isn't bot content already against YouTube TOS? I don't know if it's against their terms, but this isn't new. Bot content's been around as long as Finger Family, so at least 8 years. This isn't a new phenomenon. What's new is the fact that AI can start replacing YouTubers entirely. Scary shit. It is. There is not a single good argument you could make for having AI replacing YouTubers or anything like that. The literal only motivating factor is easy money. You would then no longer have to do anything. That is the only reason. There's not a single argument Kwebbelkop can make that is anything other than it's free money. I want to go over some of his tweets here because this is something he's extremely proud of and thinks is a good thing, which I don't understand the delusion of. There is nothing good about replacing people with AI across the board. There isn't. There's not a single argument that can be made that what Kwebbelkop is doing is good. It's only good for him because he can make a lot of money off of it without ever doing anything at all, besides just being the one who owns the program. So here's one of his tweets about the AI video, just to give you a little insight. He didn't lift a finger, something that he proudly proclaims here. It is fully completed work without him ever actually being present for it. And he's going to make money off of it. It's of course not as successful as the videos where he actually does appear, but if he can just crank 20 of these puppies out every day, it's going to add up and probably end up being more lucrative and significantly less work, obviously, than if it was him behind the camera. Even just speaking about this just made my lights flicker because it's such a fucking evil dystopian concept to have all of humanity replaced by AI counterparts that replicate their personality. And it's something that he seems very excited about for some reason, and I just don't get it. Now, him being the saint that he is actually wants to give this to everybody for the price of $100 per month, a $100 subscription plan in order to make unlimited shorts and unlimited long-form content text to viral video. So he wants to give you the keys to the kingdom here where you too can make completely uninspired, generic, formulaic AI content in order to try and gamify and maximize your gains online, where you just type in a viral video prompt and it will create everything without you doing anything. I don't know why he thinks this is something to be happy about. Again, this is purely just profit-driven greed. There is nothing good that can come from AI-produced content. It's not going to be good content or anything. All it will ever be is just deceptive bloat on platforms. But he's looking to try and really maximize this and pump out as much as possible and allow other people to pump out as much as possible as long as they're paying him for it. Like I said on stream, I'm pretty sure his Twitter is fully AI run by like ChatGPT or something like that for his posts, but let's assume for a second, suspend disbelief, and assume that that first tweet is actually from the real Kwebbelkop, the one that was born into this world into a human body. I can't believe how distorted and delusional he's become. I love how so many people immediately shoot down the idea of AI influencers before even giving it a chance. What exactly is the problem here? Why are people so against it? Would love to better understand things. I can easily explain that to you. Because there's no real soul behind AI content, and it's only ever going to be deceptive into making people believe that it's a real person there. When it's mimicking a personality, it's not having a personality. The content will never be good content. It is just cheap content whose sole reason for existence is because it'll make it easier than actually making shit. Just have the AI do it all for you. That's not a good thing. That's not something we should be happy about. So someone replied saying, it's just human connection, to be honest. No one really cares about AI. We like people for personalities and natural story. AI ain't natural. I'm not saying it won't work, but I ain't gonna say to my friends, my favorite YouTuber is Kwebbelkop AI, but good luck. And then he responds saying, and what if you didn't know that the content was created by AI? If you don't mind me asking, who's your favorite influencer right now? I'm certain that it can be AI generated and you'd still care about the content. You're immediately highlighting a problem here, and I can't believe that he doesn't recognize this. What if you didn't know that the content was created by AI? That's called misleading people, and that's shitty. You're lying to them by pretending that it's a real person behind it. The content will never be the same. You can mimic a personality to a certain extent, I guess, but it's still going to be worse for it. There's nothing good about that. What benefit is there to having an AI pretend to be a person. There isn't. It's just for the sake of being easier than actually making the shit with the person. You could have the AI do it in a matter of minutes, as opposed to having someone sit down, edit it, be entertaining and whatever. It's just for the sake of making money. There's nothing good about it. But that's not how Kwebbelkop sees it. To him, this is his paradise. So he talks about how it's been a challenging journey and he's excited for it, believing that 99.9% of influencers will be AI generated within the next 10 years. And what really sucks is I think he's probably right. I believe a lot of big channels like his aren't really making content because they enjoy doing it. It's because it is a paycheck. It's a job. And anything that can make that job easier or even more lucrative, I think a lot of people will jump on. And Kwebbelkop's making a use case right now where even if the views are low, the fact that he doesn't have to lift a finger to make the content and can make a ton of it is probably worth it to a lot of other channels as well, because they'll still be making money off it while doing none of the work at all. And it's the sad reality of what could come down the line with AI here. And it's not just YouTubers and shit that AI could take the jobs of in the creative space. It's pretty much everything. But this is one that a lot of people thought I was very wrong on, thinking that it would be a safe, bastion of creative expression and freedom, and it wouldn't be threatened with AI, when I always thought that it probably would, and it seems like it will, should this continue to just get better and more sophisticated, which sucks. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya.